Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's me, Irvin, with another manga chapter review. If you've seen me on this shirt for quite a bit of videos, that's because I'm doing a bunch of videos today, so I can plan them out as I continue on my house journey. We do have a contract already set in motion, but it's going to take a while for us to get our home. So today we're going to be reviewing on a new series called Liar, Satsuki Can't See Death. I believe there's only like 10 or 9 chapters released of time of recording. There might be more out there. Don't quote me on this, but I think there's around 10 of them already out. So I'll try to review them as fast as possible. I have other series that I'm catching up on with and other series that I'm finishing off. So as I finish off series, I want to pick up new ones, so I have stuff to review for you guys. This is going to be on the first chapter on this one. So far, it's very promising, and I actually want to continue reading it. I'm really interested to see what happens in the next chapter. So it was a good hook. I will say that from the beginning. Before anything else, guys, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. We're trying to reach 4,600, and we're about 80 people short. So make sure you subscribe to my channel. That helps tremendously. Also, if you already subscribed, then you guys can always like, comment, and share. That also helps tremendously. And then lastly, guys, go check out my other manga reviews. Quite a bit of them already out. A lot of series that I have multiple videos on, so go watch all those on my channel. You guys can find a bunch of them if you're looking for something to read. Okay, today is going to be on Liar, Satsuki Can See Death. The title kind of gives us what Satsuki's power is. She can see death, but I'll explain in more detail because we get the detailed story of it. Is that she can see how someone's gonna or how someone's gonna be after they die 24 hours before. So the story starts with her telling a girl in school, like, hey, you should protect your head, carry this because today you're gonna die. And they go with this whole thing of people are calling her a liar. Like, she always tells people that they're gonna die and they don't end up dying. Like, she's a liar, don't believe her, just go on and ignore her. So it gives me a lot of questions from the beginning, but eventually a lot of the questions are answered in just the first chapter. But essentially we start seeing Satsuki's power, that she indeed can see where exactly she's gonna die, and she's seeing this girl decapitated with also a missing hand, and she's like, how does this even happen? And she's just confused of how that will happen, but she knows it is gonna happen. But it brings up a question to me, like, if she knows how people are gonna die and she's told other people you're gonna die this way, why don't people believe her? And we get the answer eventually. Essentially, she goes into a mission of wanting to prevent her death, and she thinks the idea of maybe a chainsaw is what's going to do it, and she does find a chainsaw, which is actually the art teacher. And she's like, well, but how is that going to end up in the spot where she's dead? And she finally figures it out. The way that the girl's going to die is that there's a metal sign on top of the school that's going to fall, and the girl's going to be looking out the window, and the sign's going to cut off her head and her hand, and that's how she ends up decapitated without a hand. So it goes into detail explaining all of that, and she actually knows when it's going to happen. So what she ends up doing is she throws herself like a floor or two above to the sign, preventing from it actually hitting the girl. That her girl sees her, and yeah, that's the end of it. She ends up in the hospital, and the girl goes and ends up visiting her and saying, like, I don't know what's going on, but please don't try to commit suicide again. She's like, no, I wasn't committing suicide. In her head, she's like, I'm trying to protect you, but she kind of just laughs it off and just continues her own thing. That in a nutshell is the first chapter. It does end with this girl was supposed to die today, but she didn't, so the whole fate is going to change, and I don't know what that means, but it does bring up a few questions. So first, I understand they're calling her a liar because she tells people that they're going to die, and then she does something to save them so they don't actually die. So people don't believe her because of it. But my second question to that, and that's kind of going to how the story ended, is if she's saving people, why is she saying now that this girl died, everything's gonna change? Like, has it happened before, or is this actually the first person she's actually saved, and she just didn't know that she could do that? I don't know. I feel like this is actually her first person that she saved, but according to how we see the beginning connecting to the ending, it sounds like no, it's actually not the first person. So I'll see what chapter 2, how it explains it, but for now I think it's very intriguing to see how she's saving people. I'm wondering if this girl end up going to be being an important side character in the story, or if she just was the first person she saved and each chapter is basically her saving other people. The other thing that I'm interested in, I think it's going to be included in the story, is Satsuki going to see ever her death? And if she does, that's going to change the whole story completely, because then she's going to be saving herself, not someone else, and that's kind of going to be hard, to do. So we'll see. For now, guys, go check it out. I think, like I said, there's a few chapters out. I'll review as much as possible to catch up to the most current one, and then we'll see from there. For now, I do like it. I recommend it. Out of 10, I'll give it a 7.5, maybe 7.25 out of 10. Like I said, I left a big question, like, so has she saved or has she not saved before? And I guess we'll see later on if she has or not, but oh well. Guys, thank you so much for watching this. If you haven't done so by now, subscribe, comment, like, and share. And guys, like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.